like legend. My folks want grandkids really bad. So baby, do you wanna?
It is a Chamber of Commerce afternoon here in the Peach State of Georgia. We've got the roof open, wide open, and we are ready for football at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here, as it'll be the New York Jets taking on the Atlanta Falcons. December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll go play action here with Penix. And that's too tall for his receiver. It's incomplete.
And you think back to the success he had going to football in the win last week, so naturally, he's going to come out throwing here, but that time, they couldn't connect.
Now a 2nd and 10. A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Now Penix. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Robinson. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the 1st, right around the 42.
It's 4th down.
The Falcons send out their punter. They'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. And this will be taken at the 13. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They go play action here on 1st down. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Fortunate to retain possession.
That's funny. We both ran the same play to start the game.
Back to throw. Running. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So, CD, this defense, they know that they have to be at their very best when they're taking on a team here that's in the midst of a winning streak that's now stretched over multiple months, not weeks, months.
I think the challenge they put upon themselves is, we want to be the guys to end that streak, and it's working in their favor. The winning streak on the other side, sometimes that carries a burden with it because they feel like they have to play perfectly as well. Let's just go out there and get them is the idea.
They'll run for the first time to Breece Hall. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. You talk about this Falcon defense. They were fantastic a week ago in the win over Houston.
And all defensive teams that I know talk about creating turnovers. Takeaways, they call it. And anytime you can get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really, really good performance. They exceeded that number in a big way. What we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
On 3rd down, here's Hall. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. 2 yards yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense.
Am I good right here?
They had to be alert for the possibility of a pass. Didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on 4th.
60. Go.
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down.
Ty Zentner.
On now is Ty Zentner to punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory.
Let's go now.
He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. The free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle.
Looking to throw Penix. That's out wide here for Robinson. Just 3 yards on the catch there. Couldn't get away. 3rd and 7 now.
We see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And looking to throw, Penix.
Oh my God, son. I don't know what's going on. I'm over here thinking it's this.
That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
We often hear the phrase short-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the 1st down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he'll manage to pick up the ball 2nd down. The Falcons are 8-3 now. They come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
2nd down and 6 now.
Here we go, set. 19, Tiger, 19, Tiger. Mustang 19.
They'll throw with Penix. And it's going to be caught to Higgins. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a 1st down.
That was a tough one to dodge right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. A gain of 3, 2nd down. When you talk about this Jets defense, they currently sit at number 4 in the NFL in terms of stopping the run.
I still crack up a little bit after we left our meeting with the defensive coordinator, because I said to you, stop me if you've heard this before. How about him saying, well, first order of business, we got to stop the run. Of course you do. He's got a good unit, but facing the number 1 rushing team, they have to stop that in order to have a good performance.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Dragon 60.
Penix working out of the gun here. Here's a diving catch right side. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
perfect spot, and you have to just go get it. And he did that right there.
No fear there in the middle of the field. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive.
That's why I'm tripping.
This has been just chewing up the yardage. This is one of the best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Here's Penix.
Come on, man. He want to throw a number underneath.
Ball at the 6 here as they work with a 2nd and 2. Robinson up the middle. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd.
Oh, my God.
But keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
To the air, Penix.
What?
His first touchdown on the year. And the Falcons go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points.
The kicker for the extra point.
That's just how they do it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. The coordinator, gotta give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the
Jets
game.
take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to pull away.
No time in the pocket? The fuck? Yo.
Incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Here's 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Leonard. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown, New York. A great play there. With touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Jets are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point by York is up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And the tackle going to be made right there.
All right.
25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone.
I had a feeling. But I had a feeling, son. I had a feeling.
Physical reaction, watching what's happening right now. Let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary, pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Back now in Atlanta, 2nd quarter action. The Falcons with the football. As they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. And he'll take it down shot of 45 to 46. 10 yards there, the 1st down for the Falcons.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
From the shotgun, it's Penix.
I can't even. He can get in, but I can't get in. God damn, what type of O-line is this, son?
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
A play fake. Now Penix. It's caught right side by Robinson.
Get the nigga, son.
He will be brought down about the 6-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here. These last few plays, they moved right down the field. Just like that, they're going to be set up for the first and goal.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. They'll run with Robinson. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown. Bijan Robinson with touchdown number 29. Too short of the Canadian talent.
29.
And the Falcons have taken the lead. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. And it powers right forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
Every play call you realize is not going to go for a touchdown. So they're setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish an inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
From the 49-yard line, here comes second down at 6. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Off play action. Leonard. Now he's going to step up and run. As he releases it, and now fall incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Well, looks like they'll move things around here. From the gun on 3rd down, Leonard. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. There was a 50-yard punt, 6 yards early in the return. And the offense will come back in deep in their own territory. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And the last time I looked at repeat that, Charles' defense is very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
On second down, another shot for Robinson. He is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense, and guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Operating from the gun, Penix.
Come on, bro.
And he's going to have the Falcons first down.
the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit and get the running game going back inside.
And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
Cowboy 80. Trap 60. Trap 60.
Second and 13. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Oh, it's time to give more credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
On third down, he'll drop the throw.
I can't get no fucking.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. Back to the ground with Robinson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
That was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Go! Lightning 18. 70 range. 70 range. Let's go.
Second and 6. Over the middle, he finds Higgins. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Set. Set. Hey, check this.
Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. A couple of Jets there in on the stop. 2 yards.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
60 Eagles. 60 Eagles.
Here's second and 8. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts.
It's now third down.
As they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They need 18 yards here on third down.
70 Lions.
They'll set up to throw. That's caught inside the trouble. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow them to convert a 3rd and 18. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. And he'll find his way down around the 12. Here's a 2nd and 8.
Tackle made at the 12-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
They'll look to throw. Well, tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Sauce Gardner puts it on, and the Jets are going to have it here at their own 15.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
Now a play fake here on first down. That is incomplete. Fair to say, it hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
2nd and 10.
Let's go now. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Off the play fake. Leonard. Open man is a tight end, Mason Taylor. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
First down. It's a gain of 10. First down, New York.
Off play action. Leonard. He's going up top for Wilson. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Not wanting to take a chance this time. They'll keep it on the ground. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. A 1-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the 3rd quarter. And Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing. Right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into the half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. We sort of use them to start the second half and get us going.
Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice to do. He struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. Just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start. Nice chunky yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line.
He's been patient this entire game, waiting for the perfect moment to surprise him with a quarterback keeper. There he catches him off guard and converts his first rush of the game into a first down. Gotta love that efficiency.
On first and 10, it's Hall. And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. And it's second down.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Liking 18.
Operating from the gun. Leonard. It's in the corner. In the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Mason Taylor, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Jets are an extra point away from evening this game. Extra point by York is up and good. And we are tied at 14. Will take over at the 25-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Leonard throwing over, and it's Taylor on the out route that completes it. it's 7. And that'll make it second down.
7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 18-yard line.
Straight ahead is Hall. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 64 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. The CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but man, his first step is so quick too.
It is something.
And he is here. Touchdown, New York. Breece Hall hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets have scored again in this third quarter, this time to move out in front. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. And able to get this out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. In a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly, but here they've got another opportunity to seize control of this game.
And they better take advantage of it, because otherwise, if they end up losing by 1 score, they'll relive this over and over until they have another opportunity to make it away.
It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a first down.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Hand off now to Robinson. And they're going to gain a 5 on the other side of the 31-yard line.
Taken down at the
I think after that run, the defense get back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. 60 Bobcat, 60, take off.
Now Penix. Looking inside, he's down there. That's Robinson. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
7-yard gain.
7 yards there on the first down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. Would you call that second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Come on, set. Cougar 19. 60. Twist. Go.
Looking to throw Penix. Over the middle, complete. It's Higgins. And bulldozing his way through. And he's got this down to the 35. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Let's ready.
On the give, here's Robinson. And they eventually get to him at the 17 after a pickup of 17 into the red zone. First down. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
And that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
Shut up. 70 Timberwolf. Shut up.
They'll go play action here with Penix. Now a run off the RPO. He'll keep it. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the score yard, and it's second down.
Partner just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Rock ball 80.
And looking to throw, Penix. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive.
Set. Viking 18.
They'll look to throw here. Touchdown! Kyle Pitts for 13 yards out. And the Falcons are an extra point away from drawing level.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Extra point splits the uprights. And we are tied at 21. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied 1-1 as they begin with a 1st and 10. He's going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
I think we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
Operating from the gun, Leonard. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down.
Plain and simple. That's the 2nd time today that he's dropped the pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to it? Maybe his rhythm is just off. He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
Throw there. It's intercepted. The return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Well, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
And just shutting him off there. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 17 yards and a 1st down for Atlanta.
Well, there was nothing open down the field, so give him credit for his patience and not forcing it. Showed a lot of confidence in his big man to just swing it out to the fullback, and they got some good yardage out of it.
Only a yard this time as he's taken down from the 26.
He was brought down at the 26. A gain of a yard.
3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Now 2nd and 9. They'll throw with Penix. The kill here is complete. They get him to the ground on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 3.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been excellent. 6 for 7. This time it's 3rd and 3. Robinson will try to pick it up. He is in the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Bijan Robinson with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead for the 4th. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Second down and a little more than a yard here.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Operating from the gun, Leonard. This pass out wide the ball. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
In motion, the tight end. From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. He'll take a shot to the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. A great effort there. 49 yards. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth. This one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage here by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
28-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. Penix working out of the gun here. He's got Higgins over the middle. And that's good for a gain of 6. And it'll be second down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4. Here's Penix. Throw right side here, taken in by Bateman. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 14 yards there, a Falcon first down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles, Panther 60, Panther 60.
To the air, Penix. The Jets pressure too much as down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. 70 Ranger.
From the shotgun, it's Penix. Open man right side is Ingram. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in his performance.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on third down.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Let's go.
Back to throw here. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
Results in a fourth
The Falcons send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the fourth quarter. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Looking to throw. Leonard. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by A.J. Terrell. And his guys are...
Bro, are we serious right now? What? Yo.
But not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Moore used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down and give yourself an opportunity.
The tackle was by the Boston College product, Harold Landry.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
2nd and 7, operating from the 34. Robinson with another carry. And he's in for the score. His spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
Extra point here down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. That is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
35-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the fourth quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Plays like that, Charles, no doubt, they're just going to continue to fuel this crowd.
And this defense is already playing well, but it also feeds on the energy of that crowd that you're talking about, and that takes them up to another level. Right now they're playing really loose. They got the lead, and what a nice stop they just made there. Heady on that one. Getting out of bounds before the 2-minute warning. They get an extra timeout, extra opportunity to move the ball downfield. Very smart comeback.
44-yard line.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Leonard. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Throw right side, Wilson. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. Here's a 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. That's a loss of football. And the Falcons grab it. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. And they were hoping to get down there, get the score, and get this thing into overtime. How deflating.
Absolutely. I mean, let's face it, heartbreaking. They had an opportunity, had a chance, and probably were feeling pretty good about what was going on, and that was taken away from them by their own mistake.
Yeah, the opportunity squashed. We're going to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
60 Bison, 60.
He's going to do it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll come up now 3rd and 9.
Here we go. Here we go. Buffalo leading.
Operating from the gun, Penix. And he can't get through. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Falcons send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
Our last chance. Take it to him.
This is fielded at the 27. Murray, strong. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Jets will take over. Here's 1st and 10. He's back to throw. There's a short one. It's caught by Taylor. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. So an ideal set of circumstances there. They move the chains, and they save that final timeout.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
He'll look to throw. He dumps this one off here to Hall. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one, got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. It may be a little short of the 1st down, but I thought that was the key.
Here's 2nd down. Back to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 28.
And remember, field goal does them no good in this situation.
You got to think they should be taking some shots for the end zone soon. They'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short game.
Here we go, set. Cougar 19 Lions. Go.
Back to throw. That's going to be caught. It's so close. He gets into the rim. Out of bounds right there. Looking the sideline there. Good route, good catch. 1st down, and he gets out of bounds.
They have to like the play call because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and then completions to use the clock.
They'll run with Hall. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. 2nd down, goal to go. And his block's caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
Yes, sir. That touchdown puts them in striking distance. And let me tell you something. Forget being conservative here. Go for it. Go for 2.
Well, going for it on the road. Want to win it right now.
Want to win it right now. Have the momentum. Go ahead and get it done.
And now they're going to go for 2 and a possible win as this crowd rises to make things difficult. They'll look to throw. And that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked up by Jamel Dean.
34.
So with 14 seconds on the clock, they've got to go with the onside kick. And this is going to be coming up by the Falcons. And that should just about